If you're a buyer and you're working with a lender on a transaction, here's what you need to know about how we work with those lenders. So when the contract comes to us here at Allied Title, we'll reach out to the lender if they have not already reached out to us. We'll work with them to get what's called a title request or a title order. They'll let us know what information they need from us, and we'll make sure the information we've received from you as the buyer matches up with their records. So the title order will say your name, your information, address, the address that you're purchasing, and any information that they need from us about the title search. Once the contract comes in, we are ordering that title search, usually the last 40 to 60 years associated with that particular parcel, and we're reviewing it. Once we've had a chance to review that search, we'll let the lender know if there are any issues and provide them with a copy of the title commitment. That's what we're willing to insure as to the transaction. We do issue 2 title insurance policies, one to you as the owner and one to the lender. The lender will use that commitment to confirm the type, style, and amount of coverage that we're willing to provide after reviewing that title search. So after we get all that information from the lender, then we move forward, and a few days in advance of settlement, usually about a week before, we'll start balancing the CD. That's our internal term to say we're gonna start matching up those numbers with the lender. So we have a document called a closing disclosure or a settlement statement, and we go line by line with the lender to make sure our numbers match up with their numbers. And once we finally matched up all the pennies down to the same numbers, that's when we have a final balanced CD and the lender will release the final loan package to us. Now, oftentimes this can happen on the date of settlement. We do our absolute best to make sure this is happening a few days in advance of settlement, to make sure you can see the final numbers and to make sure that you have a final figure of the funds that you need to bring to settlement. After we have the balanced CD and all the loan docs, that's when you come into our office, or we'll set up a time for you to sign with one of our mobile notaries or one of our Allied Title closers off-site. We'll try to make the settlement as convenient as possible for you. Once the documents are signed, we send the copies back to the lender. They give us a thumbs up saying they have everything that they need signed, usually that note and the deed of trust. We'll submit their deed of trust. That's your mortgage documents, the land records for recording, and then we will issue that title insurance policy to the lender, making sure they not only get a copy of their recorded deed of trust, but also a copy of that insurance policy that we're providing as part of the settlement.